Well, just something before we start, we actually changed our name to James, which is our product and it's our company name from now on. So CRUD Process was the name under which we won the award last year. Today we are James, okay? I'll wait just for the people to put the presentation up. Well, it seems that I need to improvise because they don't have my presentation. Is that right? Okay. So with no slides, I'll try to tell you what we do and what we've done to come here today. Well, I don't need it anymore. I had a beautiful demo so you can watch the product, but let me invite you to go to booth 35, B35, if you want to watch it later. So let me start with James. So my name is João. I'm a founder at James, the credit risk AI. So let me start with James' mission. Our mission is to bring the best of data science to every single risk office. And to do that means to bring AI into credit risk. Let me then take a step back and walk you through an AI. Every day we find many examples, right? You can look at your phones with the personal assistants. You can look at the Mars rovers that optimize route to minimize damage, self-driving cars, so on and so forth. So if we find these in every day in our lives, the question is, why not in credit risk? Or let me rephrase. Why not in most credit risk offices? Okay? There are a number of reasons for that. It could be complex and very time-consuming. There are many regulatory constraints. It's really hard to find the right talent. You just think of find a good data scientist is hard. Try to do that within credit risk, to have those two skills in one person. And you cannot rely on black boxes, right? So these are major challenges. So what's the solution? And we were wondering about this, and we were thinking, well, it needs to be a solution that is easy to use by risk experts, right? One that is regulation ready and easy to integrate. Time to market is everything nowadays, right? So that brings me to something else, which is, what about the ones that stay behind, right? So you look at Capital One, BBVA, they've tried to build their own credit risk AIs for quite a while, and they haven't been able to do that yet. They've been able to do that in marketing or something else, but not in credit risk. So if those banks with those kind of resources are not able to do it, what about all the others? And the problem with that is those staying behind will see the cost of risk going up. For the ones who don't know, this is one of the things that moves the P&L the most. And they will lose market share just because of adverse selection. If your competitor next door has a better AI, you are going to get the worst clients, the ones that are more risky, right? So think Google or Amazon. The more they use AI, the stronger their competitive advantage. It's the same here. Let me then come back to James. So James helps you automate time-consuming tasks. Okay? There's no code in James to use James. That's very important. James is regulation ready, so it complies with Basel guidelines. James also provides you intelligible white boxing kind of algorithms. So you can understand the decisions, you can understand how they are made, you can understand the outputs. You know, it doesn't work, computer says no. This is one space where that cannot happen. So if you think of James, you can think of James as a colleague of yours. one that always has the right answer, the right insight, the right advice at the right time. And that's what we've built. So we are really proud to having won the award last year. I imagine how excited you guys should be today to see how this goes. It was major for us. It was a turning point. Back then, we had 2 clients, POCs in Portugal and Spain. Nowadays, we have clients and POCs from US to Brazil, from Russia to Central Europe. Even in Africa, we have a client now. Back then, the product was only a model builder. So you were able to build highly predictive models. Today, James is able to help you throughout the entire lifetime of the model. Building the model, validating and reporting the model to the regulator, putting the model in production without needing IT. I used to work at an insurance company before. That could take like 9 months. And finally, to monitor the model. So you have the entire life cycle. So you have your own AI, one that can give you proactive advice as things move along. Back then, we were 8, very small team. Today, we are 23 and growing. And today, we are announcing here at Money 2020 again, and really proud to do that, we are announcing a new equity round. One that brings the former CEO of Credit Suisse Investment Banking into our own board to help us fulfill our mission, to bring the best of data science to every single risk office. So I had a demo to show you now to explain you exactly what this means, right? Because AI, without seeing what the product actually is, it's just fluffy in a way, right? So unfortunately, I cannot do that. The gentleman somehow lost my presentation. Thank you for that. But I'm glad to invite you all to come to booth 35. We'll be happy to make you a demo and to tell you a little bit more about what we have done in this last year. It's been amazing. Money 2020 was a big part of that. And I hope you guys the best of luck and see who's the winner this year. Okay. Thank you.